We're going to revisit the garden layout for the BAUUC Community Garden. This is the view of the church building from above. This is Beacon Street. If you travel to the bottom of the image, you hit El Camino Real. Here's the Clear Lake Water Authority yard, landscaper, and continue up Beacon Street to get to the Muslim Center. This area here is the area designated for the garden, and we had a layout that looked something like this, where these garden plots were in this area. We had some fruits and berries here, some small fruit trees in an orchard along the parking lot, and some native plantings and other elements. There are pipelines out here that we're aware of, but as we now understand the easement restrictions, we can't plant trees and other tall plantings on the easement. So we're going to have to make some few changes. This will still be the main garden area. We'll put our 4x20 plots in there. They look a little bit different because instead of cinder blocks, we are now planning to use 2x10 lumber to frame the beds. Again, these plots are 4x20. Each plot will go to a separate family or individual. Because we're taking an organic approach as best we can, we are encouraging beneficial insects and wildlife. So we have some native plantings scattered around the garden that will provide food, water, and shelter for the insects and wildlife we would like to attract to help maintain a healthy garden area. We also have still a utility area up here. This will be designated for compost, maybe a small tool shed, other things like that. There are common areas that will room enough for a couple of picnic benches or a small covering, shade covering, room for a sign, kiosk to leave messages to the gardeners and for each other. We have irrigation that has already been run in this area. There's a few hose bibs out there that connect back into an existing hose bib connected to the church water supply. And that's pretty much where we are. The area up here, away from the pipelines, can be used later on for additional garden plots. Maybe the berries and a small orchard can go up there. But for now, we're going to stick with this set of garden elements that we can get installed and get up and going. Most of the build-out will occur in January of 2012 with help from volunteers from the Gulf Coast UU Youth Rally that will be occurring at BAUUC. And hopefully everything will be in place so that gardeners can begin their spring planting in mid-February. Additional details and information will be available from the church or on the garden website as things develop. Thank you all for your continued support of the project, and we're looking forward to a good spring season. Let's look at a few still photos to get a sense of the space. This is the garden site looking from the church office. Again, similar view. You see the drainage swale. That's an outline of a 4x20 garden plot to give a sense of scale. Looking towards the main parking lot. This is the main planting area. In the background is the church fellowship hall. To the right of this image is the storm drain, and this is the access road into the easement. Off in the background you can see the beginnings of some compost piles. And that's the garden. Stay tuned.